Welcome back to FM Story. We began the 18th final season of the save in the last episode, and things started reasonably well. Picked up the first bit of silverware of the season by winning the UEFA Super Cup against Wayne Montpellier. We're into the quarter-final of the League Cup, and we are top of the table, having only lost one game out of the opening 8 and won all 7 others. Unfortunately, we haven't started so well in the Champions League. We've picked up 1.6 out of 2 games against the Manchester clubs. So without further ado, let's get into the action. And first up, we've got a quarter-final in the League Cup against Aberdeen. So this is the side we've picked for the quarter-final. We do have some injury issues. We're missing Pedro Simoes, we're missing Ricardo Alvarez, we're missing Mark Duffy, all injured and unavailable to be selected. We're taking a bit of a risk in trying the inexperienced at left back, Bondarenko at left back. We've gone with Cochise right, Kerr left, and with Simoes missing, we've gone with the experience of Mike Moore through the middle. We have played one game since the end of the last episode, which was a 5-0 victory over Kilmarnock, where Mike Moore got a hat-trick and Luciano picked up a couple of goals. So hopefully we can come away with the victory and make it through to another semi-final. We're going in with a 4-2-3-1. They're going in with a 4-4-2, and we're at home as well. So hopefully that advantage can see us through. Right, Cochise with a throw. Borders back to Cochise into the box on his left foot. Off the woodwork, but Luciano was offside in that as well. Not an awful lot happening early on in this game. Rackler to Skafidis, wide to Bondarenko. Back to Rackler. Cross to Bordez. Luciano with some space in midfield. Now Cochise, some room to move forward into Rajkovic on the edge of the box. And the keeper turns it over for a corner. Cochise to take the corner, lifts it into the middle of the box, it's headed up in the air and away. Gone long from a free kick. We won a header, but it's just back with our defenders, back to the keeper. Long again. Rackler wins a header. Back to Skafidis. Bondarenko drifting into the midfield, finds Luciano. Rajkovic over the top to Mike Moore. Keeper turns it onto the bar and it's being cleared, and now they're attacking on the left hand side. Rackler steps in to win it back. And a free kick for them in a dangerous position to the back post that we really need to start taking chances, because something like that, where they can just lift the ball to the back post, get a head on it, could be very costly in a quarter-final such as this. A corner for us. Cochise lifts it in towards the near post, up in the air. Rackler gets his head on it. It's down to Bondarenko. He smashes home his first goal for the club on his first start. Puts us 1-0 up just before half-time. Cochise's corner. It's headed up in the air. Rackler gets his head on it. It comes down to Bondarenko. Takes a touch. Just drills it into the far corner. Puts us 1-0 up. It's twice they play the ball into the air, won a header, and we've been lucky that they haven't hit the target. Right, it's 1-0 at half time. Based on the pattern play, you would say we deserve it. We probably should be more up, but we do have some fitness issues in the team as well. Hopefully we can get another one, give us the cushion of a 2-goal lead, and make our way into the semi-final. Right, short with a free kick this time. Pressurising down that left-hand side. Still got the ball. Cochise wins it back. Luciano bringing it forward. Wide to Kerr. Goes back to Bondarenko. He takes a heavy first touch, loses the ball, and now they're attacking again. A bad decision to try and come for the interception. Luckily, Amrani gets his head on that one, but they've still got it. Cross comes in. And yeah, another header they've won in the box. And again, thankfully, they've missed the target. Cochise with a throw. Rackler goes down in the box. And it looks like a penalty's been given. Cochise to take. He's been hit and miss with penalties in the save, but sends the keeper the wrong way. Puts us 2-0 up. And that's probably looking at what his fitness is looking like. It might be his last involvement in the game. Just sends the keeper the wrong way. Just fires it into the opposite corner. And that's 2-0. Right, Luciano with a free kick from distance. Short to Moore into Lacam in the box. He fires past the keeper. 3-0 up. Well worked free kick. And now we've got a decent cushion that should see us into the semi-final. Lovely sort of first-time ball by Mikey Moore. Lacam takes it, turns in the 6-yard box, fires past the keeper at the near post, and that's 3-0. Right, Amrani with the ball on the right-hand side, cuts in field. Lovely ball into Rajkovic. Form. Giving the ball away on the edge of the area, and they counter in. Bordes intercepts it. Rackler, Bondarenko. Mikey Moore now on the left-hand side. Lovely ball for Rajkovic. Make it burst forward, gets to the byline. Back to Mikey Moore in the box, squares it. And somehow Luciano's dragged that one well wide. Free kick. 25 yards out, Luciano to take it. Whips over the wall, goes for the far corner. Can't keep it on, keep it down. It's lifted clear by them. They've got a flick on. Rackler goes across, put it out. Bordes to Rackler again. Wide to Bondarenko. Puts in field a bit. Finds Luciano with lots of space to move forward into home in the box. Scores, but was potentially offside there. I think he'd probably gone far too early. And there we go. Full time. 3-0 in the quarter-final at home against Aberdeen. And we're through to yet another League Cup semi-final. We've made it through to League Cup semi-final day. We're playing against Rangers, who actually are the only unbeaten team in the league this season. Since the quarter-final against Aberdeen, we beat Livingston 4-0, a Cochise hat-trick, getting us well on our way there. We then went away to Tel Aviv to play Maccabi Tel Aviv and came away with a 2-0 victory. And then a couple of comfortable victories in the league. So 5-1 away from home against Ross County. All the action came late in that game. All 6 goals coming after the 53rd minute. And then a comfortable 5-0 victory at home against Dundee United in our most recent league game. As you can see, looking at the fixture list, it says that this is a league game. It would mean, based on the rest of the fixture list, that we have 4 league games against Rangers before the split. Everything else says it's the League Cup semi-final. So fingers crossed it actually is the League Cup semi-final. Going into the game, we're still missing Simoesh, we're still missing Duffy, we're still missing Alvarez. We've got a bit of a problem at left back in that Bondarenko, who played in the quarter-final against Aberdeen, is not fully fit either. So we may have to do a bit of a rejig at the back, and it probably is going to end up with Stefan Rackler playing at left back and another centre-half having to come in. Fingers crossed we can make it through to the final of the League Cup in our final season. So this is the side we've picked for the semi-final. Bondarenko failed the fitness test in the end, so Rackler's playing left back, Duda's playing in the centre of defence alongside Bordes. Luciano has a bit of a knock, isn't fully fit, so Lacam's starting in the midfield alongside Skafidis. And we've gone with the same front 4 that we went for in the quarter-final because that worked pretty well. But both teams come into this game in great form. Like I say, they haven't actually lost a game in the league this season, so this is going to be a tough one, and hopefully we can come out on top and make it to another final. Right, throwing across Rackler, back to Duda, into Skafidis with some time on the ball. Finds Rajkovic, drifts past the defender, wide to Kerr. Rackler lifts the ball into the box, headed clear as far as Amrani. He now goes round the outside on the left, crosses into the box. Mikey Moore got his head on it, but just couldn't keep it under the crossbar. Right, Amrani, Rajkovic, Skafidis, back to Bordes. Rajkovic onto Lakam, goes from distance. What a goal that is. It just dipped into that far corner. Unbelievable. So Skafidis visits to Bordes, goes into Rajkovic, who shifts it on first time. Lakam takes a touch and goes from distance. Keeper was nowhere near it in the end. And that's an absolute screamer to put us 1-0 up in a semi-final. Right, Kerr with a free kick, goes for goal from a weird angle. It flicks the top of the bar and goes over. We have some serious issues at left back. Rackler has had to go off injured. So we've now had to bring Connor Turnbull on, who is the backup right back and I don't think has ever played left back for us. So we're in a pretty strong position at half time, 1-0 up. They've never really been a threat. We have lost our captain and makeshift left back Rackler. Turnbull's now in there as a more makeshift left back, and we've got some tired players in the middle of the pitch as well. We could do with another one just to give us the extra cushion. A very similar situation to the quarterfinal, to be honest. Right, so we made too much changes at half time. Luciano's come on for Skafidis, Cameron Holmes come on for Rajkovic and gone right up the front. Oh, jeez, we're going straight from the kickoff here. Bordes, wide to Amrani. Back to Bordes. Back to Valem. Duda. Back to Valem again. We were in a pretty attacking position at the start of this move, and then we've just gone back to the keeper. Cochise now cutting inside his man, driving into the box. Just couldn't keep the shot on target. That would have been a great start to the second half. We managed to pick up a goal there. Right, Amrani with the throw. Cochise back to Amrani. Over the top looking for Mikey Moore. Headed clear, but Amrani wins a header. Now they're breaking down the right-hand side. There's plenty of space for them. They're getting bodies forward as well into the box. And somehow they've not scored. I think the keeper made 2 saves in conjunction with the post, and then the third one hit Lakam and goes behind for a corner. It's come back to the taker, but we've managed to get away with that one. The second half has quietened down now a bit after that flurry of chances for them. We do have now a very, very makeshift back four. Turnbull's now playing right back. We've got Bordes, who looks knackered in centre of defence, alongside Varga, with Duda at left back. And now Duda's had to go off injured. And we are a bit knackered here. Right. We have obviously an extra a body less here because of all the substitutions, all the injuries. They're now pouring players forward. A corner for them from the left. Swung in. Varga gets his head on it. It's still alive. The edge of the box. And luckily they didn't hit the target. I think we're going to be riding our luck a bit, given how makeshift this team is and where everyone's playing at the moment. We have 5 minutes left to hold on here to see us through to a final in our final season of the save. 5 minutes of extra time, of injury time to go. And somehow we've hung on and survived with 10 men. We've come away with a 1-0 victory against a team that hadn't lost a game domestically all season. And we've made it through to the final of the League Cup yet again. We've made it to the end of November, and despite the injuries we seem to be racking up since this episode began, we've continued on in pretty much the same vein that we had prior to the semi-final against Rangers. The first up was a trip to Monaco in the Champions League. We got 2 goals to win 2-0, one in the first half from Skafidis, one in the second half from Rajkovic. And then we were at home to Celtic in the next league game. We got off to a flyer. We were 3-0 up after 23 minutes. We made it 4-0 just before the hour. They got a couple of goals back to make it a bit tense towards the end, but we ended up running out 4-2 victors. We then went away to Hearts. Alan Kerr picked up a superb hat-trick. They got a late consolation goal for a 3-1 victory. And then we were at home to Chelsea in the Champions League for the third English team we've played in the opening 5 games of the Champions League this season. We came away with a 1-0 victory. Mike came away with a very early goal, and we were able to hold on throughout the second half. What it means as far as the Champions League is concerned is we've rebounded a bit. We only had 1 point from the opening 2 games. We've now won the last 3 games on the bounce. We're just outside the top 8, so hopefully we can have a strong finish the league phase of the Champions League and end up in that top 8 so that we skip the knockout playoff round. And as far as the league's concerned, Rangers are still unbeaten in the league this season. We haven't played them yet in the league. They have drawn another game since we last looked at the league table. So we're now 3 points clear at the top from Rangers. We're 10 points clear of Celtic, who were in third, having played a game less than them as well. And things are going pretty well so far. And there we are, the end of another episode, and things are going outstandingly well still. We're top of the table. Obviously, Rangers are having a better season this season than they had previous season, so we're only 3 points clear at the top. Over the course of this episode, we've kind of reinvigorated our Champions League campaign with 3 wins on the bounce, and we've made it to the final of the League Cup, where we're going to be playing Dunfermline, and that'll come up in the next episode. So join us next time to see if we can end the save with our 5th successive League Cup trophy. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.